Elevate Addiction Services, Department of Program Verification, does hereby certify that Lyndsay C has satisfactorily completed the Elevate program.
Thank you guys. First off, I want to thank my family for being here today and for giving me this opportunity. Before I came here, I was so broken. I was dying on the outside, and I was already dead on the inside. And thank you for believing in me enough to give me this opportunity to get me here, for picking up the phone when I called and jumping to action for me. I don't feel like I could ever repay you for that. Thank you to all the detox staff and transport for making me feel safe and comfortable here. I had been in my shell for so long in my little isolated bubble, and doing anything new and anything different, I was scared. And you guys helped me to start this journey. Thank you to all the PMCs for, always being there, always having an open ear when I needed to talk, a great piece of advice, for, giving me the opportunity and helping me find myself again. I didn't know who I was when I got here. And, you guys were always there for me, even in my dark moments, conduct. Thank you for being there for some of the really difficult parts of this program. Rebuilding trust. It's not easy to start opening those lines of communication again. And to look at what you did and everything you lost. Toxic people. It's not easy to start over. To say that final goodbye to that life you led. And you guys, you really made it happen. You made it as comfortable as possible, out of all the phases, I got so much. I was able to start rebuilding trust. I was able to identify my losses in phase 1 and start to look at those things. I learned how to overcome roadblocks in my life. I got to go to lots of different blocks, experiential. Man, in the beginning I was like, we're gonna paint what? And I grew to love that. Team blocks. It really helped me to understand what I was doing in the sunroom. We come to the sunroom every day and I'm doing this education stuff out of this book, and I can do book work, right? I was really understanding it because of those team blocks and because of that opportunity to talk through these things. And when I got into phase 3, I started doing pros and cons and realizing how how I made split decisions, really irrational, in the moment decisions. And I learned the value in taking a breath and really assessing what I'm gonna do and why. You know, and then I got to do RSs, man. And like, what a journey that was, right? I got to stare the ugliest parts of me in the face and learn to accept that my past doesn't have to define me anymore. And to like shed all of that in the sunroom with all of you PMCs. I let you see the deepest parts of me, and you still look at me with a smile. Yeah, and you still see me for who I am today, not who I was back then. And you know, I truly appreciate that lack of judgment, that like unconditional acceptance. You know, there's something really powerful about that. And I mean, this last week I've been doing phase 4, and you guys really jumped to like make this happen for me. My family wouldn't have been able to come next week. And you know, my case manager and a lot of other people really pulled together to help me get through this. And to learn like relapse prevention tools. And this new phase 4 team they're doing, man, it's great. There's something great about that like intimate setting. So I'm getting close to wrapping it up here. The last thing I want to talk about is like gains that I've made since being here. And I'm not talking about the gains from the gym, the new sweet gym. I'm talking about like deep gains, like mindfulness, not just sitting in the sunroom for 30 minutes, like being quiet and sitting still, but like actual mindfulness, like being in the present moment, living every day, accepting things as they come, and leaving the past in the past. You know, I gained self-confidence when I got here. I mean, I could love others like nobody else's business, but I absolutely hated myself for the things I had done. And like my self-confidence has grown so much here. You know, I've learned authenticity, being a real person, you know, being honest, you know, not saying what other people want to hear, but like saying the truth. And I mean, I agree, this program is unlike any I've ever been to. This is not my first program. And it's because, I mean, you guys treat us like individuals. You set up an individualized program for me. You treated me like I mattered, just me, and if I was the only client in this room, you would all still be here showing up to like run this program for me. And you know, the care and attention that you guys give, it's second to none. And just the time to grow, you know, if we need a minute, we can take it. You know, you give us the time that like any plant, like we're like a little seed when we got here, and you give us that time and that attention, the sunlight, the water, and you know, you don't expect this beautiful full-grown plant in one day. You know, you give us everything we need to grow. So from the trainees to the higher ups, I thank you so much for everything you do. Every single one of you make this program what it is. And without any part of this program, I truly believe the whole thing would fall apart. So, thank you, all of you, for everything you do. And lastly, the clients. This experience wouldn't have been the same without you. I've finally been able to make new memories, good ones. And, you know, you guys see me for who I really am, and you care anyway. And I know this was a long speech, and I'm really sorry for that, but like, there's so much that happens in this program, and I just want you all to truly know like how honored I am that each of you was a part of this journey with me. Thank you.
Now, please help me welcome up Lyndsay's family to speak on her behalf.
How you guys doing today? Good? Good. Good to see you. So, I've always told people I never met a microphone I didn't like. There's no microphone up here. So, you know, I didn't prepare to say anything, but when Lyndsay said something during her speech, it kind of struck a chord to me because she talked about her self-confidence. If you ever met my little girl, you'd have known that she had so much self-confidence. Like, it was amazing. She never met a stranger. We used to have to watch her in malls and things like that because she was so outgoing. She would talk to anybody. But I'll tell you a little story about how much self-confidence she had. She used to come into my work and sell stuff because I didn't believe that my kids, that I should sell anything for them when they were fundraising. I always made them come into my office, and I made them do all their own selling. And I remember one day, she walked out of my boss's office, who was our sales manager, and she was happy, and her and mom, they trotted off. And I walked into Pete's office after the fact, and he goes, "Man," he goes, "I'm going to hire your daughter someday." I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Man, she walked into my office, and the fact that I was going to buy a candy bar was already a foregone conclusion. She was just going to negotiate how many candy bars that I was going to buy." But that was the self-confidence, right? And that's what her addiction took away from her. And you know, and I know each one of you are struggling with some great things. If you're in here, you're at a tough road. I minister at a thing called Church in the Park, and we minister to people who are in their addiction still. They have nothing, and I've seen lives changed, and you can change your life. You seriously can. In Hebrews it says faith is the substance of things hoped for, and the word substance is also interchanged with the word evidence. The fact that I see my daughter's self-confidence coming back, that's the evidence. See, I have a lot of faith in my daughter. I always have. I always said that she was the one that closed doors on herself because her potential was the moon. And I'm hoping that maybe, and I say hope because I really mean that sincerely, because I have faith in her as well, that this is the step that turns her around, that self-confidence comes back, and she realizes that she's her only limiting factor is her. I want to thank everybody here, all the people that I've got to meet and even play cards with, involved in super cool. All the staff has been great, and everything that you provided for my daughter. I'm just looking forward to our future. Thank you so much.